I'm Dr. Angela McBurdy of DoctorFlute.com, and today's flute tip is on playing softly. I saw a great quote recently on, I believe it was the Facebook page of Flute Talk magazine, and it was quoting one of the Friedkis brothers, I'm not positive, who are principal and assistant principal, I believe, of San Antonio, Texas Symphony Orchestra. And he said, whichever one said, I know everybody wants to have those great, big, huge, big resonant sounds, but what I really want to know, or at least when he was in college, I really wanted to know how to play soft, how to play those delicate, soft sounds. And that, I thought, wow, that's so true. We all think, oh, wow, listen to that huge sound. It's so resonant. It's wonderful. And we sort of overlook the the stepbrother of soft playing. It's way over there. It's like, we'll worry about soft playing another time. But I want to have that great big sound because it's more prominent, it's present, it's right there, and we all recognize it. But playing softly is a totally different skill than playing loudly. We still have to play softly with a resonant sound. It still has to be resonant. It still has to carry. We can't squeeze it off so much that it just drops away. And of course has to be in tune, and that's also hard because sometimes the methods we use to play softly bring us down and make us flat. So there's a whole different kettle of fish of things that you have to think about when you play softly. Let's talk a little bit about what you can do to play softly. Now, I love the Moise exercise in his De La Sonorite, and it's the low register exercise. I think he has the quarter note equals 60, and you play 4 whole notes in a row, and you have to crescendo and diminuendo through there. I'm not going to do them as 60. It's going to take too long, but I'm just going to show you a little bit what that means. Okay, that's one of the exercises. There's a lot of different mixtures of notes that you're going to be playing in there. But that is an exercise to work on how to play softly. You're supposed to start off with a very soft sound. You crescendo for 2 whole notes and then diminuendo for 2 whole notes. That exercise is so good because it teaches you the jaw movement necessary in order to crescendo and diminuendo. When you crescendo, you're opening your jaw. So what does that mean when you want to play soft? Your jaw is closed. It's very small opening. Now, if I just close it up, so that's a D I'm playing here. If I just close up everything, okay, it's soft because I closed it all up. But in order to have the tone I want, I need to have something open. And what I want to have open is inside. Inside it's open, but the opening here between my lips, that's more closed, but not in a tight way. It's still very open. Loose, I guess that's the word. It's still loose. It's still very relaxed, but it's closed a little bit. So I'm going to play that D again. My teeth are still probably 1.5 fingers apart in there. Now I start lowering my jaw right there. So that's my teeth are at least 1.5 fingers by that point, and the opening here is bigger. Okay, so what that means is when I want to play soft, this is the second movement of Erica Wiesen's Sonata number 2. It starts off with D. If I want to play that middle register D soft, I need to keep that same embouchure that I just used for those long tones in that low register. So here's my D, middle register D. Okay, that's my mezzo forte sort of sound. Now, this starts off with a piano. I want to keep it open here because if I let my lips close too much, there's too much air that comes out. I need to have a clear path for that tone. So I'm experimenting with how can I keep the lips apart there, but keep it small. Now, you do have to hold in your air. So as I'm playing that, there's the same amount of air pressure built up inside, or support, as the common term is, that as when I'm playing a forte. But right now, I'm going to hold it all in and leave it there. Now, it does take a lot of control. I have to control that. I have to know what my lips are doing and not let my lips really interfere with that sound so that I can keep it soft all the way. Now, it's the same principle from the low register. I've just done the middle register. And now let's do high. I don't see a soft spot here for high register. But what if I were to take this and play it? I'll take the same melody and play it up the octave. Now, in that third register, that's where we normally want to squeeze. We normally want to squeeze it in there and make this all really tight, because by making this really tight and the opening really tiny, we can play soft because nothing comes out, right? But that tone is not the tone we want. We don't want that kind of squished tight sound. You want to have just as open of a sound on a forte as you do on this piano. So the opening here got smaller, but I can guarantee you inside my mouth, it's the same size. It's the same size. I'm keeping it relaxed. That is the total key to playing softly in any register. Keeping it big inside, but controlling the air that comes out a smaller opening. So controlling the air means what? Absolute control over your support. Your support is, I held my breath. Basically, I was holding my breath that whole time, and the support was just tight. It was pushing up. It was tight the whole time. And that allows me to keep this relaxed, whether I'm playing high, middle, or low. It was exactly the same principle. It's well worth you working on, because everybody can get a big sound, but there's very few that I listen to and say, holy cow, listen to that piano. That's a gorgeous piano. And that is a telltale sign between the professional and the amateur. They work on their pianos as well as their fortes. The fortes are our showiness, but our pianos show the finesse that we can do on this absolutely gorgeous instrument. So work on your pianos, get out your de la sonorite, work on that low register, learn how this jaw moves, how you can play softly, in tune, without being tight. That's today's flute tip. If you like today's flute tip, press the like button, subscribe, comment below, and share it with your friends.